Maybe you've heard about the J-1 visa to the United States before. You could have heard friends or family talking about it, or maybe you know somebody that has done a J-1 visitor program in the United States and you're interested in considering one yourself, but you really don't know where to start and you don't actually know what it is. So this video is for those beginners that just want to learn the basics of the United States J-1 visa. Here we go. What is the J-1 visa? The J-1 visa is formally known as the J-1 Exchange Visitor Program. It is a program that is made possible by the United States federal government, specifically the United States Department of State, and it allows international students, professionals, and other visitors to come to the United States for temporary exchange programs that foster mutual understanding between the people of the United States and other countries abroad. It was developed in 1961 under the Mutual Educational and Cultural Exchange Act, and since then it has grown into a huge program with over 300,000 people and representing 200 countries every single year. Within the J-1 visa, there are actually 15 different categories: au pair, camp counselor, college and university student, government visitor, intern, international visitor, physician, professor, research scholar, secondary school student, short-term scholar, specialist, summer work travel, teacher, and trainee. Each category has its own unique eligibility requirements, purpose for visit, and different rules and regulations. So what is the J-1 visa? The J-1 visa is known as a non-immigrant visa. And so what does that mean? It's kind of exactly like it sounds. It's for people that do not intend to ultimately immigrate to the United States. They don't intend to stay for longer than whatever the specific period of time is that would comprise the exchange, get a green card, or get citizenship later down the road. After completion of the program, the expectation from the Department of State is that the exchange visitor will return home to share their knowledge and different things that they learned during their program with their friends and family back home. It is in this way that the Exchange Visitor Program meets its goal of fostering mutual understanding and respect between the people of the United States and other countries. So who can have a J-1 visa? Exchange visitors are as diverse as the countries that they come from. They can be anywhere from less than 18 years old all the way up to over 99. It all really depends on which category that he or she qualifies for. Now, in terms of demographics, according to the US Department of State, over 200 different countries send J-1 exchange visitors every single year, and 54% of them are female, while 46% of them are male. The program tends to serve younger professionals in general, with over 86% of participants being 30 years of age or younger. One thing is for sure, all of them are very highly motivated and brave people that have made that decision to go out of their comfort zone and go to an entirely new country to experience a really life-changing exchange program. So where can J-1 exchange visitors complete their program? They're able to complete their program in any of the 50 United States, and they tend to be the most concentrated, understandably, in big metropolitan areas such as Washington, D.C., New York City, Los Angeles, but really it is not limited to the big cities, and it can be in small suburban areas as well. A lot of exchange visitors are actually surprised at just the sheer size of the United States. It might surprise you to know that people in the United States very well may not visit all 50 states in their lifetime. It's just that large. For example, if you are driving across the state of Texas, then you could be driving for 12 hours and still be in the state of Texas. So it's quite large, and that's something that you want to keep in mind when you're thinking about where you might want to go. Depending on your specific strategy for your own J-1 exchange visitor program, you very well could decide that you've always wanted to go someplace in the United States, such as Chicago or Las Vegas, and you could narrow down your search just to those cities for where you might want to complete your exchange, and that is perfectly fine. Now let's talk about when you can start your J-1 exchange visitor program. Now this really is going to depend on which of the 15 categories that we mentioned earlier that you're going to come to the United States with. So for example, if you're coming as a J-1 camp counselor, then you're going to be starting in the beginning of the summer season in the United States, which will tend to be around June. Same thing with secondary students or students in general. That will obviously coincide with the school year in the United States. Another one that is going to be time specific is J-1 teachers and J-1 professors. So again, that has to do with the school year in the United States when you can start the program. Now there's going to be other programs that doesn't matter as much when you start, just because it's kind of a rolling basis and it doesn't have to coincide with any sort of specific system or start of something in the United States. For example, you could be a trainee at an organization and they want you to start in the middle of December. That's totally fine. Or you could be coming to work as a research scholar at a laboratory in the United States. And again, they can basically ask you to start at any time of the year, and you would go to the embassy abroad and apply for your visa at any time during the year. Another factor when it comes to the timing of your J-1 exchange visitor program is going to be what is known as the maximum duration of participation. For all categories, with the exception of short-term scholar, they all have a minimum length of participation, which is going to be 3 weeks. But all of the maximum duration of participation are going to vary depending on the category. So let's get into it. J-1 professors typically have a maximum duration of participation of 5 years. Research scholars typically have a maximum duration of participation of 5 years as well. Short-term scholar is going to be 6 months. Trainees are maxed out at 18 months, except in the field of agriculture or hospitality and tourism, in which case they get a maximum of 12 months. J-1 interns have a maximum of 12 months. College and university students have a few different subcategories. Degree students can stay as long as he or she is studying at the post-secondary institution on the DS 2019 or the academic training program. A non-degree student is capped at 24 months, and a student intern is capped at 12 months for each degree or major. The maximum duration of participation for teachers is 3 years, specialists 1 year, physician 7 years, international visitors 1 year, government visitors 18 months, summer work and travel 4 months, camp counselor 4 months, and finally, au pairs are capped at 12 months. Some of these have exceptions for extension, but we're not going to get into that in this video. So there you have it. That is a rundown of the J-1 exchange visitor visa for beginners. Now, you might be asking yourself one more question. Why should I do an exchange visitor program? And that is a very fair question. I decided that that question was something that deserved its own entire video. So once it's posted, I'm going to have it linked here and you can go ahead and watch it. So I will see you there. Until then, if you found any value from this video, if you learned anything about the J-1 visa that you didn't know before, please give me a like so that YouTube knows that I'm doing a good job. And also, if you have any questions at all, please put them down in the comment section below and I will do my best to give you some answers. Thank you so much.